One of the things I love best about this phone mount is the fact that you don't have to plug in any cords. It just charges through the back of your phone while you're riding. And if you're riding in the rain, not having all those ports open charging definitely could save your phone. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you all of my tips for taking your motorcycle and riding in the rain. You're gonna wanna stay tuned to the end because not only are you gonna hear some great tips, but also I'm gonna be giving away one of these phone chargers from Zero 3D, my personal favorite phone charger, and I'll give you those details on how you could take it home in the end of today's video. So I'm gonna start the list off with the proper gear. I think having gear can really make the difference of enjoying that ride in the rain and absolutely dreading. Number one, full face helmet. Full face helmet is important because raindrops feel like bullets at 60 miles an hour. So this is gonna make a much bigger difference for you than half helmet or a open face helmet where you're just getting pelted the whole time. It is probably one of the most important things you can have on your body in the rain. Even more important than the rain gear. We'll talk about that next. Rain gear is one of those things that I've never really found a great setup. In fact, I've ridden many times without even stopping to put my rain gear on because I always end up soaked anyhow. I do have to say, this is probably the best rain gear I've ever worn. It is made by Klein. It's technically really for dual sport riding, but man, it works good for any type of motorcycle riding because it's thick, it seals well, and really minimizes the rain. This has surely been the closest I've ever come to being 100% dry on the road. Another thing we need to talk about are boots. Boots will keep your feet dry and surely make it a better ride for you, but I just don't wear boots when I ride in the rain. No different than the boots I wear every other day. Mainly because usually I'm doing long distance, and frankly, boots like those, they take up a lot of space. So I've just become accustomed to dealing with some wet feet, some wet socks that I'm gonna dry out at the end of the day. Also a good set of gloves. Again, I don't worry about these being waterproof. It's mainly to stop the sting of the rain on your hand at the high speed. So another important thing is the weather app. I use My Radar, and it does a real good job at showing you where the weather is and where the rain is, so that if you're able to avoid it, you can. This app has never really failed me. I use it all the time, and as you can see, we're dealing with some rain today, and I'm gonna take you for a ride in it. Another important safety thing is going to be lighting. You know, lighting is a big piece in you being seen by other traffic out there on the road, and with the rain coming down and people concentrating on puddles and everything else, seeing you can sometimes come second to them. And that's why you want to have plenty of lighting. This bike is new to me, and I would like to see more lighting on it, like my Harley Davidson. On my Harley, I've got Zero 3D all over the back end and the front end. It keeps me bright, and in situations like rain, I'm very thankful for it. Another important thing is going to be tires. Tires are crucial. Just don't get out in the rain with bald tires. As long as you got good tread, most tires are going to perform pretty well in the rain. You don't really need to worry about it. Some may be better than others. This isn't a tire review. Just make sure you got some good tread. One of the first things I can tell you about riding in the rain is that it's always lickest in the beginning of the storm. That's when all the oils and everything have been soaking down into that blacktop, and the rain is loosening it up and getting it out there. After it's been raining for a while and hard, it washes all that away and your traction gets quite a bit better. Another thing I'll tell you is that you absolutely want to avoid puddles. So just watch for the puddles. Could easily cause you to hydroplane. If they're unavoidable, just try to keep your throttle steady and just go smooth through the hole. Along with those potholes, another thing is lane selection. You can see how sometimes the water just gathers on one side of the road or the other. So you want to stay in that track, and really you want to try to stay out of the middle as well. Try to get to the right or the left of wet spots without getting in the center. When you're scoping out the road and looking for your lane, pay attention to rainbows. Any type of rainbows you see in the water, that's going to be some sort of coolant or oil, and it's going to be a slick surface for you. You're really just going to want to avoid it. And safe following distance. It's going to take you longer to brake out here in these wet conditions, and the last thing you want to do is have to slam it on and get into a sliding or a skidding situation. So just make sure you've got a good, safe following distance to where you'll always be able to apply your brakes gently and smoothly. And the last thing I'm going to talk to you about are corners. Yes, you lose some traction in the rain on a corner, but widely, if you've got those good tires we talked about earlier, you're going to make the corner just fine. So control it just like you would any other corner, and you really shouldn't have to worry about sliding out on a corner. I know that's one of the things that really scares people the most. So in this case, I'm on a 2020 Indian Challenger, and this bike also has a mode specifically for rain conditions. It will really help your back tire from breaking loose. Some of the last things I'm going to tell you about could be some of the most important to saving your life. Attitude. Attitude is controlled, and you don't want to be over cocky in the rain. You want to be cautious, but you don't want to become scared or defensive or over tense. In these situations, your reaction is actually going to be slower, and you're going to be more stiff, which could cause you easily to slide more or be less responsive to braking. So just control the attitude, be calm, be confident, but not cocky. And the last thing I'm going to tell you is just know when to stop. There's a time to and not to be on the road. If you're fatigued, if you're tired, or the rain is just getting too thick, never be afraid to just stop and get off the road. That is exactly what I'm going to do right now. As for the giveaway, please know that if you want to share this video, that's right, if you share this video anywhere, it could potentially help save someone's life or certainly help them from an injury. I will go through all the people who shared the video and I will pick one randomly and I will send you this brand new Zero 3D phone charger. It's a great charger for not only riding in the rain, but in any situation. And you don't deal with those nasty plugs. Until tomorrow's video, I will catch you then. Remember, we give you 5 videos a week, and we're even giving you 2 throwback videos nowadays, every Friday and Saturday. Throwbacks to the beginning when I very first started my trip and got to where I am today. If y'all want to know more about the Stubborn American Party, please click this link right up here, because that will get you to all the details that you need to know to enter either the mini bike race, the state cook-off, or just come have a great time at the K River Campground for the Stubborn America event coming at you the first weekend of October. We'll see you later.